Plain text inputs are insufficient for modern blogs, CMS dashboards, or comment sections. Users expect to format and style content directly within the interface. React Quill solves this by wrapping the powerful Quill rich text editor into a component that fits seamlessly into the React ecosystem. To follow along, you will need an active React development environment and a basic understanding of how to manage React state. But capturing rich text is only half the process. The true challenge is taking that formatted HTML output and rendering it back to the user without compromising your application's security. Step 1 is setting up our environment. Open a clean code editor and navigate to your terminal workspace. We need to install 2 dependencies. Run npm install React Quill to get the editor itself, and npm install DOM Purify to handle our data security later on. Next, open your main React component. We will set up a standard state variable. Let's call it value, and initialize it with an empty string. This state will hold the content typed into the editor. Now, render the React Quill element inside your component. Make it a controlled component by setting its value prop to our state variable and tying its onChange event to update that state whenever a user types. If you load the app right now, the editor will look broken. For React Quill to render correctly, you must explicitly import its CSS style sheet at the top of your file. Add import React Quill dist quill.snow.css. Save the file and check your browser preview. You will see the default React Quill editor up and running. This default setup works immediately, but it provides every formatting tool in the library. To maintain a specific design or data structure, you will need to limit these options to only what is necessary for your specific use case. Let's take control of the front-end user experience by customizing exactly what tools the user can access. React Quill handles interface customization through a configuration object called modules. By declaring specific formatting options inside a modules array, like bold, italic, and links, you dictate which buttons appear. Inject this custom modules object into the modules property of your React Quill component. The live browser preview immediately updates to reflect this custom-tailored toolbar. By intentionally restricting the available tools, you streamline the data your application has to process and prevent users from submitting unwanted or broken HTML formatting. Now that we have successfully captured and restricted the user's formatted text, we need to focus on displaying it back onto the screen. To verify our output, we are going to render the captured HTML string directly below the editor component to create a real-time preview. React uses a specific property to render raw HTML strings, called dangerously set inner HTML. Rendering unsanitized user input creates a security vulnerability, cross-site scripting, or XSS. If a malicious user types a script, rendering that raw input executes the script directly inside another user's browser. React forces you to explicitly type dangerously set inner HTML to acknowledge this exact threat. Our solution is a security layer called DOM Purify. It acts as a digital filter, neutralizing harmful code elements while allowing safe text to pass through. To implement this, call the dompurify.sanitize function and wrap it around your raw state value right before passing it in to dangerously set inner HTML. With the filter applied, you can see our final output. The formatted text renders perfectly in real time below the editor, completely shielding from security flaws. Providing a rich text interface is only a viable feature if the application is actively shielded from malicious injection at the point of render. As you can see in the sequence, our components are now locked securely into place. We have a custom-tailored input component paired with a secure, sanitized output display. Because we implemented sanitation, this HTML string is now safe to be transmitted to your backend and stored in a database. From here, you can expand your editor's capabilities by exploring Quill's modular plugin architecture, which supports advanced features like syntax highlighting or user mentions. Mastering secure data handling and precise interface customization provides the foundation for building professional-grade content management systems. If this guide helped you secure your React applications, please subscribe and leave any questions you have in the comments below.